You were in the middle of telling me a story as I was beginning to tell you, hey, they're going to turn the microphones on in a second, and you were blissfully unaware. So go ahead and tell the story now. The story I was scared to hear because I was like, hey, Stugotz, we're about to be on the air, and some of your stories are not appropriate for air.
I do that to you a lot. I apologize. I have no idea what's going on here, when the mics are on, when they're off. But anyway.
Yes, we're on right now, just you and me, though. The mic, look. Stugotz, I miss this part of what we do so much. The part where we're just talking to the audience. You and me, alone. Alone time, intimate time.
Miss you too.
You and me, that's right, with no cameras around and with us enjoying each other's company.
How are you?
Like we know nobody's cameras around.
Baby.
But they've put cameras in here and more fucking cameras in here. And so I want the audience to get a look right now of what the story was that you were about to tell when we were telling you, Stugotz, the microphones are on. Be careful.
I'm outside in the parking garage doing what I do before the show, which is
Smoking
having a heater.
Cigarette,
yes. Yeah. And someone's trying to get in their spot, and they stop abruptly, and someone's behind them, and they're complaining to me that they didn't use a signal, and I'm saying, like, what do you want me to do? And I'm trying to wave them past, and they're trying to tell you to go past, and I'm telling you, Dan, they thought I was a parking attendant, and I wasn't. I was just enjoying a cigarette.
You've got a bit of the frump and the dress of a parking attendant. You're actually, I think you're...
I'm good at it. I was doing this.
Yes. I was doing it. Okay, now we could use the cameras. The cameras aren't on yet.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls let it tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my, please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the sheets. We came for one man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, man so tough, but man's keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize, right guys, let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Finally, some people are in the building who can talk college basketball. Women's college basketball.
What do you mean?
Juju and Lucy are here. Lucy is in despair. Juju, you've seen this. Lucy is hurting. She is in so much pain because of what happened to Caitlin Clark. Because
no, not just Caitlin, Kate, Gabby, the whole squad, Molly Davis. Put some respect on their names, Dan.
She's broken.
Stokey and them girls.
Oh, Hannah, I love her.
Lucy, you're our Iowa correspondent, and we are 3 days late.
Despondent.
Our Iowa despondent. You are our Iowa despondent, and we are 3 days late to you giving us the kind of emotion around here that we did not have. We had plenty of analysis. All of a sudden, everybody around here is an expert on how Kim Mulkey does her job. Everybody can give her all sorts of coaching strategies. But what we didn't have around here was a genuine emotional link to not, hey, look, man, those 19 million people, a lot of them are casuals. Like they don't care about the story, the pioneering. They're just here. Oh, look, it's the eclipse again. Let me put on my glasses. I want to be near the thing that gets 4 million more people than the men do. But Lucy's broken. Like her heart was in that thing. She cared in a way that is only 1,000 times deeper than anyone around here.
Yep.
What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing at Tony because he said in my headset as you were talking about the eclipse, about the glasses and what a fraud those glasses are.
Give me a break, the glasses, please. My dog looks straight into the eclipse. She's completely fine, of course.
See, this is what happens. We start talking women's sports, and all of a sudden we're on the damn eclipse. No, you were right, Dan. This is amazing. A tear came to my eye when I saw all the support these ladies was getting online. I don't care if it's good, bad. Brother, we have reached a point to where Stugotz was arguing yesterday on with Brianna Stewart, I think, was at the helm. Yeah. Oh, my God. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
No
but I was
idea.
like, look at
Yeah.
him, we've made it.
Yeah, but I was talking about it, Juju. You're right. Thank you for noticing.
That's
Yeah.
Stugotz. This is excellent. Stugotz is saying we have not reached true equality in this country until Stugotz is faking it on your sport.
Zagak.
How did
Check
we
it out of box score.
How did we miss that achievement? And Lucy, in keeping with your general work for Meadowlark, which is very casual, passionate but casual, how are you 3 days late to reporting on your heartbreak around here? And how dare you ask us for more time off to take care of your mental health because Iowa lost?
One, I don't know what that means. That's
What does the casual part mean? I don't get that. Like, she does her job
Boo.
casually, like in a good way or a bad way?
She's
Yeah,
lazy.
answer the
or
question.
What does that mean?
The answer is that Lucy gets to be here less frequently than everybody else working with us on the daily cooking of the meth that is going to kill us all, while she's going to all the best sporting events in America on Meadowlark's dime and buying a bunch of memorabilia for her and her loved one.
I didn't buy anything this trip. Yeah. So back off, Dan. I'm going through a lot.
Tell us what happened, because I've got a workplace complaint from Rose on you, because she says that you made her pray during the Iowa game when she didn't necessarily want to pray.
Didn't work, so didn't work.
Yeah, whose fault is that?
Thanks, God.
I don't like where we're going.
Let's
with
not
this. This is
blame
bad.
the
This is
Lord.
a bad
Yeah,
idea.
We cannot blame the Lord
Bad
for
idea.
nothing.
Everybody
Salute to
can
the
pray,
Lord.
by the way. It's not just an exclusive
But
Rose
you
thing.
can't force somebody in the workplace to pray, can you? I don't think you can.
You're the
Private
boss around
company,
here,
I
Dan. don't know.
asked, and she said yes. And she told me that she prayed during the UConn game, and I didn't ask her to pray during that one.
I mean, we're making kids pray in public school now, so it's all really lost, you know?
I'm glad this conversation went here, really.
Yeah, this good first few
Wanna
minutes.
talk
Every
about the
time we start
eclipse?
talking
So
about
I'm
women's
so
sports,
happy to be back.
Back to the glasses. Yeah, it's a scam, by the way.
start talking about women's sports. Now we on prayer. We on everything but the actual sport. Brother, Dawn Staley has cemented herself in legendary status. Caitlin Clark, thank you for your support and love for the game. Oh, my God, it was so beautiful to see her out there like that, brother. And them girls from South Carolina, oh, my God, Camila Cardozo. A round of applause from the top to the bottom of the squad for South Carolina.
Yeah.
The bench, oh, my goodness.
Undefeated and overlooked somehow.
Overlooked somehow.
It's crazy, right? It is. No, he's right. Imagine that happening. Imagine, Stugotz, a phenomenon getting here so strong that what we were celebrating at the end was a cult of personality that brought so many new casuals to the sport that ignores, hey, a team just went undefeated out there. And she lost. They beat the greatest player ever at the end. That's a pretty cool story. Why is it getting engulfed by the loser?
Well, at least we watched them and looked at them. We didn't even look at UConn. They won back-to-back titles in men's.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we didn't even look.
No
At
one
least they
cares.
weren't overlooked.
Right.
I looked, I cared. Come on, guys.
Great start,
Real
though.
hoopers looked.
Thank you.
Like, I've been ashamed listening to y'all the last couple of days. Y'all act like too late to watch
Nah.
the championship game.
Nah.
Like, what has happened to my heroes?
I will tell you this, Juju. For the first time ever, for me at least, I felt like Monday night, I had already seen the national championship game that I wanted to see. For the first time ever. And I had little to no interest in UConn and Purdue.
Juju is right about everything. About every single thing that he said.
Moving forward, or just
well, I'm
the
willing.
last 5
I'm
minutes?
willing to negotiate on that. But when it comes to caretaking for the show, I'm here for Juju being just general ombudsman, or when you guys an ombudsman.
I
Tough
know what
one.
ombudsmans mean, but I don't think Tony know what it means. So could you just help
It's
my boy
when
out?
you got the buds and you need ombuds to keep them in line. You know what I mean?
I love
Nice.
buds.
I'm here for a segment where Juju just critiques where it is the show has been shitty the last couple of days. And I do believe that that Lucy and Juju care more about this than anyone in the room, and that Juju correctly identifies when it is that Tony's got nothing and just wants to go to the eclipse because it's more fun to talk
It's not about
the
nothing.
eclipse.
I was locked in, Dan. It's just
Right.
you said about the eclipse and you said about the glasses. It's a scam, by the way.
Right, and my boy never got nothing. My boy, I don't care what he talking about. He got something.
Thank you.
Don't do that. The vision is terrible in this building. That's my brother. I love him.
Thank you.
Tony is right about these glasses, though. There's one company that makes them. They have a monopoly. They made so much money on these things. I'm not even certain if you needed them. It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
You put 4 sunglasses in a row and then you could look straight up at it without a problem.
Put us in the building, Lucy. fourth quarter with all the marbles
Can
on
we
the
talk
line.
about the first quarter? I loved that quarter.
That's
That
great
quarter was
quarter.
my
Quarter was fun.
favorite.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to have 100 points in the first quarter. I'm
So
like,
did I.
Holy moly. She didn't even cover. Ain't that a salute to DraftKings?
Rose is in the other room, and before we go to Lucy, because this is not a put on, Lucy, I'm going to say that there is no one in the state of Florida hurting more for the last 3 days because of something that happened in sports than Lucy, because she cares more about this team than anyone in this state, I would say, that any human being in this state.
In the world.
The Marlins are 1-11. Billy's a Marlin fan. I mean,
That's hurting a lot.
No, you don't know pain.
Rose, you were with Lucy on content I'm assuming I'm going to see today at some point, Lucy, or no?
Yeah, the video's done, I believe.
Okay, good work. Rose, what happened? Explain to me what happened on Sunday with Lucy. You were with her. How crazy is she?
Oh, well, she's crazy, but that's why we like each other. But we were at the game, and then the first half was amazing. Then we got to the point where Iowa, I don't know what happened, and she was like, you know what, Rose? God loves you very much. Can you pray? And I'm like, okay, yeah. I was already praying, but I was praying inside of me, like I was, okay, God, help us here.
Private prayer. You weren't forced into some sort of public sharing prayer. You were already doing the prayer, and now she's just she didn't know that, and she's requesting more prayer.
Yeah, so she got me to get my rosary out, so I got it out. I was okay, I'm gonna pray. And she was like, pray. Okay, I'm praying. I promise I'm praying. But the thing is, I don't think I phrased it well, because I was like, God, may your will be done. I didn't pray, hey,
No.
help Iowa.
that's not how you do it.
That's how you do it.
You can't pray that.
Terrible job of praying.
Nah, you can't strong arm God.
How dare you pray like
That's how
that?
you pray.
It is his will, though. But
Oh, Rose.
Jesus.
What can I say?
No.
Learn how to pray.
No, but you
God had the Gamecocks.
Right.
messed it all up.
I know, but it was also my dad's fault, because he started watching the game, and every time he watched a game, they lose. So he was like, oh, I'm watching the game. I'm like, no, please. And he had to put it out. So I was like, okay, I'm going to pray.
All right, Rose, I'm sorry, but penalty box. You prayed wrong.
What?
Yes, penalty box. Get out of here. Lucy, no, you got to, your will?
that's the appropriate
That's how you
prayer,
do it.
Dan. It's supposed to be God's
Lucy,
will.
that's not what Lucy
Tony
was
met
asking.
God in the forest.
He told
would
me it's
know.
my will, not
Yeah,
yours. And I said, okay,
exactly.
fine.
That's not what Lucy was asking for.
2 minutes for praying.
Lucy, you didn't.
I didn't know that.
Lucy, that's unbelievable that you asked for prayer wrong.
I didn't ask for it wrong.
You didn't want God's will be done. You wanted your will be done.
Exactly. You get it. Thank you.
Well, but that.
But did you hear Don Staley? She has a great relationship with the Lord, so his will was done, goddammit.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
No.
You can't put a.
GD
you
and
can't
G
use
is
it.
a GOT. I'm from the hood. We say
Yeah,
GOT.
GOT,
I
yeah.
apologize. Then I was
Go sit
accountability.
with Rose. Go sit with Rose. 2 minutes for blasphemy.
He went from being right about everything to 2 minutes in the box.
Get out of here.
GD
Wow.
with God's will.
Yeah,
it
you
doesn't
can't
work.
do that.
Yeah.
No, that's blasphemous. Blasphemous. We won't tolerate blasphemy around here.
Thank you.
Argue that we may have just committed it just before this.
That's what the joke I was making was. Thank you for showing people behind the curtain.
It can't get much worse for me, so whatever.
That's what I was doing there.
Look at his smile.
That's the joke, executive producer. Stay with me. That's what I was doing. We just spent that time blaspheming. We yelled. Remember how mad we got when said she prayed wrong?
And then Juju used the Lord's name. in
You go
vain.
sit with them. You go sit with them.
Jeez,
2
wow.
minutes.
It's a crowded box.
Lucy, take me through your emotions, please.
Like right now, bad, really bad, not great. Been doing better.
It's been a couple days, though, Lou, so it feels like, things have
You're
gotten
3
away
days
from
They
removed.
haven't.
Right.
So
No, she came in here despondent.
I
She-
was sad.
This
I
is as
am
bad.
sad.
This was as sad as I've seen her look coming into work.
All-time sad level. So Sunday, I went into that game thinking South Carolina would win. I really did. And then the first quarter happened, and I was like, shit, Iowa might win this thing. And I got a little taste of it, I got a little glimpse in the future. And then it was all taken away from me. And I said, okay, I'm really sad. This is tough. Whatever. I'm grateful. We fly back the next morning. I rot the whole day. I just lay in bed. It was awesome. It kicked ass. And I opened up TikTok, and my entire TikTok are all these edits of the Iowa team, and with all this sad music that made me cry. And I was like, oh my God, I got to stay off my phone. I stay off my phone. Then finally today or yesterday, I'm back on my phone. You know what? I cleaned. I was looking up. And then the University of Iowa posted a video of all these like young kids cheering for Caitlin with the song from the Barbie movie. And that made me cry so bad. So it's just like up and down and up and down. And I don't know if I'll ever be happy again.
You guys didn't feel it like that. You guys did not experience any of this the way that she did. Crushed. You were really in bed for an entirety of a day. This was a thunderstorm of darkness that swept over you.
Yes, because I have now seen my favorite team lose in the national championship twice in a row, and I've been there both times. And the last time hurt because you lost to Kim Mulkey, and that really sucks. Like, at least this time it was to Dawn Staley, somebody that everybody loves, that I love. That's
there is
phenomenal.
comfort in that. There's small solace, and I don't also have to lose to this person I don't like and don't respect.
It made me so, like, obviously I wish I would have seen Iowa on the podium, but when I saw Dawn Staley dancing with the trophy, I was like, damn, I'm happy for her. I really, really am. But then it hits you that everybody's gone and it's over. And instead of just, wow, what a great season it was, congratulations to South Carolina, the whole discourse online was, is Caitlin the GOAT? Hear all what these former players are saying, blah, blah, blah. I just wanted a moment of peace. One moment of peace.
I have to commend Lucy because, Dan, I saw something that put a little flint rock to my heart. And it's somebody caring about something in a way that I haven't cared about something in so long. Like that like
you haven't been around
muscle.
Sports long enough to already be hardened here.
Dan, but like what in the world could get me to that
How
point,
are you
though?
a sports cynic?
Not
Like,
just in sports, he's saying, just in life.
No, not in life.
Thank
in
you,
sports. In
Tony.
sports.
Oh, okay.
But it's like I see Lucy caring so much about a particular team that I feel like I haven't had that in like 15 years.
Okay, you I think have lost part of your soul because I believe that Heat fans live where Lucy is. Panther fans right now are living where Lucy lives.
You guys don't get it. That's not the same. That's not the same, Dan. I lost back-to-back national championship games in college athletics where it's so much tougher to win. It's so tough, especially at a school like Iowa. We don't have as much money as everyone else. We don't have as much talent as everybody else. This was a once-in-a-lifetime run. Do not compare the two.
Your pain is greater than anyone's.
Yes! Be nice to me!
Okay.
I need it!
All right. She is complaining. I am worried in general about...
I'm not complaining. I'm hurting.
Okay, but you're hurting and complaining about that hurt by lashing out at Meadowlark.
At you.
I mean, you are a Meadowlark, so same thing.
But lashing out, okay, fine. Lashing out at me as we send you to what could have been the day and night of your dreams. Like what you're mad. Yeah, but you're mad at me. You're lashing out at me, even though our company paid for you to be at what would have been the greatest sporting memory of your lifetime, never to be outdone.
Yeah, well, it didn't turn out that way, and it would have been awesome because I had this fun plan. If Iowa won, I was going to shoot off confetti cannons in the office. It was going to be awesome. And so I'm going to give myself 2 weeks to be sad. I'm going to be sad for 2 weeks. And then in 15 days, I will be so grateful because before the game started, obviously I cried multiple times. There was a moment when we were walking through the crowd and I was like, wow, how awesome is this? What a special moment that I get to be here and watch my alma mater play and do it for work and all this awesome stuff. And then Iowa lost and all the good feelings were gone. Yeah. That's how it goes.
All the good feelings are still here. I definitely feel for my sister, and it sucks. But you made it to the championship in back-to-back years. You know what I mean? As a Buffalo Bills fan, I feel your pain, ma'am. But I think that the WNBA and the women's college game right now it literally brought tears to my eyes, seeing how much love and how much hate that it was receiving. Because back in the days, nobody cared. You go to online, back to the kitchen, get in the kitchen. Oh, this is terrible. But we're actually arguing over Diana Taurasi, Caitlin Clark, Maya Moore. This is beautiful. I'm so happy to live in this era of women's sports.
And you are always, when you come around here, you're somebody who brings positivity, but Stugotz doesn't want that. He wants to do top 5 people in sports who connote prayer. Are you ready?
That's a good one.
Number 5.
God, sham God.
Hey,
Respect.
Salute to my brother for that one.
By the way, a little high on the list.
Really?
Good
Hi.
timing, Billy. Welcome back. Number 4.
Cantavius Caldwell Pope.
KCP.
Thank you.
Number 3.
Malik Monk.
The Monkinator.
Number 2.
Kendrick Nunn.
That's a good list. It's a good list. I can't believe he got it this quickly. Number 1.
Priest Holmes.
I mean, it's a good list.
Nailed it.
He really did.
Thank you. Left out Garrett Temple.
OLI.
Good one. No Christian Ponder.
And Neil O'Donnell.
That's another good one.
Thank you.
It's a good list.
Rick Upchurch.
You're going to be able to keep going, I think. Juju and Tony, I have also missed you because on Monday, talking to a room that did not want to talk about
Mike Francesa.
the Pope.
Thank you.
A room that did not want to talk about J. Cole and Drake and Kendrick. I was looking for both of you on Monday, and I felt broken because a lot of people in hip-hop just simply wanted beef to be beef. I was actually most curious about Juju's opinion here because I know that he promotes positivity. And I thought there was great strength in what J. Cole did, but I am in the minority in thinking that because hip-hop beef, everyone wanted it, and you want it between the 3 best in the game. Like for the 3 most popular guys to go at it, everybody wants that as entertainment. But the floor is yours because nobody here wanted to talk about it on Monday.
So, the mental health ascension of me, that side of me is so proud of my brother Jermaine Cole. Oh my God, round of applause for him having strength and not giving a damn about what a hater got to say about his beefs or his friendships or whatever. But the hip hop in me really was let down by that. Just not because of, I don't think we're going to see some shootouts between J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. I don't think he has to worry about that side of the pressure that usually comes with Kendrick Lamar in that side of the world. I think that he could have kept it hip-hop, find a way to keep it hip-hop, because I grew up on DMX. I grew up on Mobb Deep. I grew up on Jay-Z. I grew up on Tupac and Biggie. It's not to rob us of that and then to have that stance. I feel like I was let down as a hip-hop fan.
Dude, the other thing, too, is rap, hip-hop is very wrestling in a sense, right? Where you and me can both be rappers, both have beef, but behind closed doors, we're boys. It's just the music industry is pitting us together to elevate what the streaming numbers are, what the concerts, the tours, and all that stuff. I felt like there was a way that J. Cole could have continued to play this out as, yeah, we have beef, Drake's going to drop something. It elevates everybody's music at the same time. Behind closed doors, yo, me and you are boys. We're just doing this because, hey, this is the job. We just got to do it at this point.
Right, put it on wax. You know how many battle rappers step into that square every day and just say the worst thing about this brother, but after it's all said and done, you already know this is a sport. If you call yourself one of the GOATs and the legends in this sport, the top 3 or whatever you call yourself, you can't shy down from a challenge. And I feel like if you are a rapper, rapping shouldn't be looked at as something such a tall task or something you feel so ashamed of. Because, brother, you went to the studio, you laid the verse down, you listened back, you got it mixed and mastered, you sent the artwork off, you sent it in to the streaming distributors, and it's so many stages that you could have said, I don't want to do this. Bro, you done put it out for the world to hear, and you come back with that, the hip-hop side of me is let down.
And the other thing, too, is the diss happened on Metro and Future's album. So he had a week to put that diss track together, put it on Might Delete Later, which is his new EP that came out. But now you're saying you want to drop it?
Great project,
It
by
is.
the way.
It was.
Great
It was really
project.
good.
He got Gucci Man and Young
You got Young Dro on
oh
it.
My goodness.
You got Cameron on it.
You feel me? Come on, bro. Great project, but don't nobody want to hear that, bro. We not all in butterfly land. Like, salute to Dreamville, but bro, most of us out here wake up with it on their mind every day. Most of us out here really go get it for real, for real. So I was let down as a hip hop head.
I think Drake too is going to come up because he had put some cryptic stuff on social media too. It feels to me like Drake is getting all of the ghostwriters together to be like, all right, how can we do this in reverse now to make my diss track the best out of all 3 of them? So it's going to be interesting to see because it elevates all the music, Dan.
I grew up on Ether. I grew up on Hit 'Em Up. I grew up on all that. And them folks is adult males right now, 40, 50 years old, dapping each other off when they see each other. Come on, man. Keep it hip-hop.
You say this, but the place I want to challenge you on is, in general, who you are away from hip-hop. The person that I know who knows how these streets can be and what J. Cole is saying when he says, hey, my friends want blood. My friends are saying, no, elevate this. Do what Juju and Tony wants. And he's saying to his friends, no, my spiritual path, this doesn't feel right to me. Doing it, man, you cannot accuse J. Cole, Juju, of being somebody who does it the way everyone else has done it. In this instance, he's separating himself not just from these two, but from all of hip-hop by saying, no, I'd like to elevate this. My friends are telling me, go for the bloodbath because we believe in your talent. We don't think you're going to lose. You're the best there's ever been. Show them. But you're saying you don't think that this is what happens around these guys because they do not have the temperament. They don't have the reputation of being killers away from here. But when his friends are asking for blood, what do you make of him being a leader and saying, because I liked what I saw. I love hip-hop. I'm not from a different time, but from the beginnings of it. And so when I'm seeing J. Cole saying, no, I'm not going to do this the way everyone expects me to do it, I'm like, that's keeping totally in line with what this man's career has been.
Right. It's excuse me, I'm sorry. Ooh, it's $1,000.
Choked up.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But
Not that much.
sometimes when you're a leader, sometimes you lose a battle. And this is a battle you lost, brother. I don't give a damn how mature. Look, we're not talking about you as a man. Well, we are talking about him as a man, bringing that part into it. I understand that part, but you call yourself a GOAT. You call yourself top 5, dead or alive. You call yourself these things. And I feel like every now and then, some of these people who don't do it like the other people, we take missteps. And we sometimes take an L, and this is an L for my boy, J. Cole.
Evander Holyfield.
Stugotz, I think that there have been a couple of things happening around here with David Samson recently that I have found interesting as someone who's interested in the sociology of our place.
Mm-hmm.
David Samson is doing something brave and ambitious. He has had a show for a very short period of time, and he's already touring with it.
Crazy.
And on Monday, he was with Juju in Atlanta. Juju, how did that go?
It went amazing. My brother David had control of the crowd, man. He funny as hell, bro. Y'all got to see my boy in person, man. Like, I don't know what opinion y'all have of him from this show, but seeing him live with his friend Dan Ugly, man, and the fans, bro, it just feel real good to see him out there like that.
Wow.
Brave and ambitious. This is something that David Samson is trying that I would not dare to try.
I do worry about burnout with David Samson because, listen, usually when I call David, he either picks up or he calls me right back. But after he did the Rich Eisen show, something happened. I called David. He had a bad connection. He said he'd call me back. He didn't call me back. I called him back. When I called him back, he had to call me back because he was going on a local radio station in Sacramento. I mean, it's unbelievable. Dan, he is going to burn out. I am telling you right now.
He was on in Naples. That's what it looks like, Stugotz. Hunger.
Yeah.
You used to feel it many years ago.
I used to do those hits all the time, man. Now I'm doing different hits.
Yes, that is what you're doing. You're fried from the drugs. David, how has it gone?
Fried,
I'm just wondering whether or not, Stu, when you were calling, was it for anything other than for me to help you write your book?
No.
Okay, so there you go.
I was checking in with you on the tour just to see how it's going. I'm proud of you. I'm told the shows are very, very good, so I just wanted to see how you were doing. That's all.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Yes.
It's been fascinating. Being with Juju in Atlanta was actually the highlight so far. I'm sitting in Boston right now, and I wish that Juju were there because the feedback I've gotten, and the episode hasn't even been released. Juju, it's going to be released this weekend so everyone will watch and listen to what we talked about. But you are a fascinating, and Dan, your name may have come up, and the esteem in which we hold you, but the understanding that we all want to be better for you and what we do, and having Juju there talk about it and having an audience and a far bigger audience than just who was in that room listen to the show. You'll get to see Juju in a way that I wish that everyone could look at Juju the way I and everyone can look at him who's part of the Nothing Personal family.
Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate that, man. It means the world to me.
All right. So I want to explore something here, though, David, because this very nice thing between you two, I will tell you that one of the problems that we now have around here is that because you have a tour, you're doing something. Sarah Spain did this, Greg Cody. All of them made their podcasts into something that was elevated when they took the personalities in our universe and used them in different positions. I don't think Stugotz is happy for your success. I don't think that he likes, because this is Stugotz's move too. He uses all of these people to, for example, write a book that he's not going to write for himself because he takes access to this world and then he profits off it.
I mean, I
actually have the feeling that my success is actually despite and in spite of the position I have at Meadowlark, because I have to fight the character that I am and that you make me to be on your show as this person that everyone hates. He ruined baseball for Billy and Mike, and he's just this ogre. And then people listen to Nothing Personal, and they see me live, and they realize I'm actually can be funny, engaging, and talk about things that you guys won't talk about. And I send you a list of things I want to talk about, and I spend time putting a show together for this day with you, and we never get to any of it.
Brother, I know how we can get to some of that stuff. 3 words: me, you, movie podcast. You feel me? We just review movies and
no
we
one's
talk about
doing it.
getting.
Yeah.
We compete. We call it a bigger and better cinephile with David Samson and Juju Gotti. Check it, Dan.
I think that's a good idea, David. What do you think? Why wouldn't you profit on the way that this organization underutilizes Juju?
Well, it's funny that you do that. And the answer is I would love to do something with Juju, but I can't get Bimmel to return a call. So I'm not exactly positive how that would ever get approved.
Join the
but
list.
that said,
You're not
Juju,
alone.
if you
All right, Samson, I just approved it. You and Juju can do a movie podcast.
You can't.
I
The
just
thing
approved
is,
it. I just approved it.
Nope. Not acceptable, because you approve things with reckless indifference toward budget, toward what it actually means.
I just approved it. It's approved.
Sounds approved to me.
It's approved. You can do this dance if you like, but I want a movie I've wanted you and Adnan to do a movie podcast forever, and you just figured out at the very end of a couple of months ago, you figure out, hey, we might be good if we work together 7 straight hours. I've been wanting you to work on movies in a way that reaches young people, and you and Adnan are out here talking all the time about Coppola.
No, that's Adnan. Let's not be confused.
The great Francis Ford.
Yes, of course, the great Francis Ford. Yes, you guys are out here talking about movies, and the audience is, can we get Gene Hackman?
If you can watch Nothing Personal, Dan, which I know that you do every single day, I review a current movie every day and spend time on it. And Juju and I could do a show where we only talk about current movies, and I think it'd be outstanding, but it would just require some level of support from Metalark, and I want them to focus on supporting you and your show.
Let's do this.
Here,
David, you want pressure, you want challenges, you want adversity, you want the degree of difficulty.
He just wants a callback.
Okay, in 10 minutes, you and Juju will debut the pilot episode of Samson and Juju at the movies. We're going to debut that live in 10 minutes at the end.
Are we locked in on that name?
Yes. No, the name you can change,
Right.
but we're locked in on the support of the idea that we must put Juju and Samson in better positions because they're hustling. Like what they just did in Atlanta. I want to celebrate the fact David Samson is on tour.
A couple of Jews cutting it up.
Hey.
L'chaim.
Now that's the name of the show.
There you go. There it is.
Oh,
that is a great name for the show.
80-20 my way.
It's a great name for the show. You know what? If you want Stugotz to host it, we will debut the pilot episode of Opportunity. Couple of Jews cutting it up in 5 minutes. We're going to do that right now. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready to go. Juju, off the record and off the air, have you seen Bob Marley's new movie called One Love?
I have not seen that movie. Not at all.
All right, not
start.
working so
Yeah,
far.
bad
Bad
So
start.
far, that's
Gonna
a
need a
problem.
planning
Here,
meeting.
yeah.
Gonna need a planning meeting.
80-20-20?
Stugotz, you can have 5% for the name, but you don't get a trailer. It's the initial 5% of revenue from the first 30 days.
5 minutes from now, we will do it. Samson, the Marlins, do they have a lame duck manager again? Like, what is this that just happened yesterday?
This is something that I've not seen in my entire career. When Skip Schumacher was hired in Florida by Kim Ang, he was given a 2-year deal plus an option, and it's a team option. And the reason teams want that option is if the manager works out, they want the ability to have his salary locked in for that 3rd year. If it doesn't work out, you can jettison him after 2 and have no more financial responsibility. It turns out that this offseason, Skip Schumacher was so disappointed with the direction of the team, so disappointed with the fact that Kim Ang was disappeared, that he actually expressed a desire to not be here long term. And so the Marlins said, all right, we will get rid of your option because maybe the new president of baseball operations, Billy's favorite guy, Peter, did not want him either. The problem is this: word leaked out. What does it mean? It means that Schumacher's gone after the season without a doubt. And the fact that the Marlins are going to lose 90 to 95 games will make it easy for him to move on and for the Marlins to move on because new presidents want their own people in as managers. Skip may get another job. I'm not sure he was long for the Marlins job to begin with, but I don't think it's a reflection of the way I ran it, where we fired a manager every single year. I think this is a reflection of bringing in someone and wanting to start over. And I think you should all look for, and I have a wait to see on this on Nothing Personal, that Gabe Kapler is likely to be your next manager. And he is in the organization already. And I think you all ought to be careful what you wish for. But I think the Marlins are trying something different. They're trying to be the Rays. They're trying to be analytical. They're building up their front office. The problem is that to be the Rays, I always tried to be the Rays. You have to be as smart as the Rays. And I'm just not sure the Marlins have the people in place to do that.
What happened with that comment that you just made? Careful what you wish for on Gabe Kapler.
Well, I think that you have to look at his history as a manager, and you have to realize that he is the type of manager that is going to be difficult. He can be difficult for the players, to be difficult for the front office, and managerial careers this day and age are about managing up to the front office, who's completely involved, and managing down to the clubhouse, because the clubhouse doesn't like the front office, doesn't like the ownership, and you've got to have someone in the middle who can deal with both. And the reason why you've seen Gabe Kapler move on is super hard to do it. Don Mattingly was terrific at it until he lost the clubhouse and the whole issue with Jazz and with Miguel Rojas, and that was the end of Mattingly. So it's very difficult line to walk. And it's going to be difficult for Gabe as well, especially with the players the Marlins have and the front office they now have.
All right, when Skip Schumacher was in here, you guys objectified him. You guys were all like sniffing around and saying, "What's your workout? What do you eat?" Have you guys seen Gabe Kapler shirtless?
Oh, beefcake.
Gabe Kapler is an Adonis. Gabe Kapler is coming in here with his data and his raised buddy, and he is going to pectoral to death the Marlins clubhouse.
Not natural.
Whoa!
I'm not defaming anyone.
Whoa!
Who has a body?
Wait a
that
minute.
looks like
What do you?
that?
Wait a
Kapler
minute.
does.
Wait
He like
a
Steph
minute.
Curry in 20 years.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Time to throw away all journalistic credibility and get reckless.
not
Here is something we
journalism.
like to call reckless speculation.
You're good.
You can't.
Can you put the picture of the former mayor of Miami on there?
No, here is
Carlos Alvarez.
Yeah, we'll get that in a moment for you, asshole. Weird. Let's put. We'll run and get that real quick, or we'll do the show we were doing ourselves about Gabe Kapler shirtless. Let's put this beefcake up here so that Samson can drink this in.
This is why he tours. I mean.
Yeah, this is why he's the great David Samson. Hey, video guys, can you do something we're totally ill-prepared for?
I do it alone. Juju, how many people were in my group in Atlanta?
About what, 35, 40 people? You feel?
No. I'm talking about travel with me. Who goes with me?
Can we get the brother with the bikini drawers off the screen? Can we do that and have this
No,
conversation?
I think he looks great.
Oh, he looks
Wait,
great.
that was the crowd,
Zero.
35 to 40 people?
He looks. That was.
Success.
Oh, come on. Dan, does anyone really look like that from doing sit-ups?
Yes.
I've never met anyone.
Are you guys all ready? Is everyone ready for the new pilot of the new show that is sweeping the nation? There are not enough movie podcasts out there. David Samson reviews a movie every day on Nothing Personal. Cinephile with Adnan Verk. He also has a movie podcast, and Cinephobe with Amin. So, Juju, are you ready to get into the space with David Samson? Is there been any planning here that would allow me to toss it as the host of this situation into a game show?
We have some imaging. We have a background that I think can be placed up, or maybe it's just on TV. I don't know. And then we have some music. You want to hear the music?
All right.
There it is. The official
I don't
logo.
know. Do I want to hear some music?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the best podcast in the entire freaking world. And introducing the man himself, David Samson, the B in the middle.
Welcome to A Few Jews Cutting It Up, episode number 1. Yes, that's Jew, as in J-U, Juju Gotti. I'm David Samson, the J-E-W part of the two Jews. We'll be with you once a week, depending on the financing from Meadowlark Media, and we will be reviewing movies, talking movies that you've seen, that you care about, not the ones that I saw in my childhood, the ones that the one Jew you're looking at has seen currently, and we're here to start talking about Poor Things. What's wrong, Dan? Cut. 4869.
I'm just a little. I'm scared. I'm scared. But let's go. Let's review.
Dan, you're going like this. Your head is in your hands.
We can't worry about the haters right now, David. Right now, what's important
Sponsored by
is Emma Stone. Oh my goodness gracious, she deserved that Oscar. I was one of the guys who was like, hey, you know what I mean? Old girl from the Scorsese movie with
Lily Gladstone.
See, this is why we're a great team. Lily Gladstone. I was thinking like Lily Gladstone might should have got it, but then I took my ass to the Hulu, salute to Hulu, and watched Poor Things. And ma'am and sirs, she did her thing in that film, and it was beautifully shot. Oh my God, sets amazing, David.
Were you shocked at the amount of nudity in that movie?
Oh yes, I was, but pleased.
Now, it's not allegedly. There was actually that level. Emma Stone, as an Oscar award winner, doing a movie that some criticized her as being way too sexual, and especially that scene with Mark Ruffalo. That was scary, except it made me feel good because he looks like I do.
Scary?
The Hulk. I mean, he did a great job in that film. He's so believable as an asshole. Oh my God, I believe it. I think he is one in real life. I think that it was beautifully written, beautifully shot. I think that deserved all the flowers it got at the Academy Awards.
Now we're going to get somewhere because Mark Ruffalo obviously has very significant political opinions that we don't necessarily need to discuss here, except to say.
I don't know anything. I didn't talk to anyone, Dave.
Juju, one of the things that we're going to do for our audience is we're going to give them our opinions of the movies and of the people who make them, and we're going to make sure we don't focus only on Martin Scorsese the way Adnan does. We're going to talk about the way people make movies, how movies get made, the money, and then the product. So we have Poor Things that we started with. And for our audience, we're going to watch movies every day and come to you with a different review so that you know what to watch, because if one Jew likes it and the other Jew likes it, that means no matter what, you're going to like it.
And you're going to talk about the business of movies on this podcast. I feel like you've already lost Lucy. Lucy's already despondent. She's come to work in a way that's not feeling good.
She's hurting it.
You're not making her any happier. I have no proof she's even listening to you guys anymore.
I've been doodling.
You're doodling. Okay, she's doodling.
It's making me feel better.
Look, Dan, you keep focusing on the haters right now. We are, screw Adnan Burke and Cinephile. We are here to stay, baby. So yes, sir. David, back to you.
Juju, we're not going to have any hate on this podcast because you get enough of it with Dan's show.
Zagak.
And you get enough of people ignoring and having the wrong view of both your Jew and my Jew. Forget it. We're about love. We're about people who actually care about what they're talking about. No hate. If people want to doodle, turn the channel. We're going to build a big enough audience that we'll be okay.
David, I'm going through something right now. Yeah. Cut me some slack.
Lucy, what is the statute of limitations when your team loses? How long can you stay angry? and I'm sad.
I'm giving myself 2 weeks. I gave myself
my
1
God.
year.
I think that's
gave
totally
myself
reasonable.
1 week last year, and now this back-to-back national championship games. I get 2 weeks. So please don't be mean to me right now. It's illegal.
David,
I
I'm
find
producing
2
this.
weeks to-
I'm producing this thing on the fly. You have to rate movies doing it this way: 5 stars of David. Okay.
5 stars of David. So good.
This is good.
You mean, hey, look, just give him an executive
EP.
producer. If you
70-30,
give him an
70-30.
EP cut, he will absolutely help this. This project needs the power, strength, and voice of a Stugotz to make the business profitable, right? You need his help. Let's go.
Stugotz.
And the best thing, Stu, is that you can do this from anywhere in the country.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Don't open that door. Trust me.
Don't open
Oh,
that
it's
door,
open.
David.
I'm running through it. Stu, all you need is a Wi-Fi connection. Give us 1 hour of your time a week, and we will do this cutting it up with 2 Jews rating movies with stars of David.
Stugotz, I would be very careful, Stugotz, of getting into business with this man because he's on tour right now and he knows how to. If you think you not writing a book that you're publishing is going to make money, give this man an opening to some of these opportunities. If you hosted this particular show, there's a business opportunity here for you.
Is there a paycheck though?
Well, you got to be careful negotiating with Samson.
Stu, I'm going to give you the terms of the deal right now.
All right.
I'm going to give you both a piece of the show and a weekly fee to guarantee that you show up.
How much though?
I mean,
I will give you whatever. I can tell you exactly.
Name my price? Wow.
Given the sponsors, I'll give you $2,000 an hour plus 5% of the ownership of the show.
Wait, hold up a second. I think I can do this.
I'd like to be a part of this
Yeah,
show.
I can do this.
I love
I'm in on the
Pretty sure I
2K an
can
hour.
Wait, Lucy.
Hold on, sharks.
Yeah.
No,
just hear
Samson, you will be
5%
able.
Stugotz is
Samson,
low.
if
2K
you
an
want
hour.
to, you can have your choice of the group. Actually, if you want Stugotz to do it, but I'm sure the others. Now that you've named your price, I'm sure all the others.
I'll take the deal, David.
that you'd want would take the deal as well.
I'll do $1,500 an hour, and I am also Jewish, so
We've got
Bidding war.
It's 2 Jews, not 3.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the show is just
but
like the
all
Hee-Haw
Jews
3.
are welcome.
yeah, all Jews are
That's
welcome. We
just-
can't be
Let me put that out there.
excluding the Jews. I mean, come on,
Right.
David.
All Jews are welcome to listen and sponsor, but the microphone, we don't hand out microphones the way Le Batard does. We are very careful with our microphones.
his ass.
We've got Stu, Juju, and David. Those are the microphones. That's it.
So we've got a deal.
It's closed.
So we've got a deal. The deal has been struck.
$2,000 for every week that you do it.
Right.
Plus,
You
No,
understand-
but you have to do it.
You understand what Samson's doing? This tour he's doing has nothing to do with Meadowlark. Samson is a hustler. Samson is put on a tour.
I get it.
Are you in Boston?
He's gone rogue.
You're in Boston tonight because someone else is paying for the tour because he can get these people to pay.
These are the things you have to do when Bimmel doesn't return a call.
Now-
You just go on your own.
Now imagine the 3 of you touring the country
in.
reviewing movies.
Juju.
The Beatles, baby.
And I've got a better one for you, Stu. Juju and I are happy to do it in Chicago. We're happy to do it according to the Northwestern schedule.
Love it.
We are very flexible about where we will record the show, but I need your complete attention and buy-in to this hour of content that we'll do per week.
You got it. Just so I'm clear, $2,000 an hour, correct? And I'm getting 80% of the show. You're getting 5. Juju is getting 15. Is that the deal?
That's almost the deal, but
Oh.
not exactly. And I will give this to you in writing so you can show it to your agents and lawyers.
No,
and
we're
I will
good.
demand a response
I trust
quickly. No, you.
I'm the only one.
And that was 2 Jews cutting it up
Look at
with
us.
David Samson, the preview. We're going to just show a little thought. We can't give you the whole thing right now. But next time, we're going to have it all the way together, Daddy. Salute to everybody.
I am
involved.
fine with making that an hour that exists on the show next week because you guys have figured out how to do this correctly. You
Well,
just
no, they've figured out an hour not doing it on the show, so they can.
Yeah, it's gonna be their
monetize
own
it.
podcast.
Yeah, you're not. You've lost this leverage. It's not yours
Samson
anymore.
will sell it back to the company because he can get it sponsored. Samson will just go out there and get it sponsored the way that he got his tour sponsored. That's in Boston tonight. Where do people get more information, David?
You can go to citywinery.com. You can buy tickets. We're going to be in New York on the 29th. We still have Nashville and Pittsburgh to go. Tonight, I'm focused on Boston, and each show is pretty specific to the city in which I'm in. So I'm going to be talking about the Red Sox today. I'm going to be talking about the Bruins, the Patriots. We're going to talk about Dynasty, the documentary. And then we do topics of the day outside of the city. It's a pretty good show in that we also have the Boston Marathon race director as a guest tonight. And the Boston Marathon is coming up this Monday, Patriots Day. So people are enjoying it. They're loving the episodes when they're released. They're loyal. We're building. It's like the Training Wheels tour. We're starting something, and you have to start somewhere, Dan. You can't just talk about doing things. You actually have to do them.
Can you give me a business explanation for what it means that Last Dive Bar has filed for trademark of the Las Vegas A's?
This is a big story. In baseball, when you're going to move, like when we went from Florida Marlins to Miami Marlins, there's an entire legal process you go through before making the announcement. And it turns out that the A's never secured the name Las Vegas Athletics. And so the Last Dive Bar said, we're going to apply to the trademark office. It's a federal application process, and they're trying to get control of Las Vegas Athletics. But then it was announced that Major League Baseball actually filed in Mauritius, and which is absurd. But as part of the Paris Convention, it could count toward a U.S. filing. There's going to be an amazing fight, and it's going to take quite a while to solve itself. And the Last Dive Bar is this organization that was started in order to bring attention to the Oakland A's ownership and the nightmare that it is. And they're pretty good at what they do, drawing attention to it, though, of course, the A's are pretty good at drawing attention to themselves. And it just looks like another misstep by baseball and by John Fisher, the owner of the Oakland A's. It's just downright embarrassing, way more so than Marlins Park not being full, way more so than any other team right now. It's one of the biggest issues facing baseball.
Nothing Personal is the name of his podcast. He is very aggressively climbing up the sports media ladder. I don't have time to talk to you about the Rich Eisen experience. Thank you, David. We will talk to you again soon. And again, if you want tour information, David Samson, impossibly, David Samson is on tour, and that information is on your screen. He might be coming to a city near you.